God kväll och välkomna till Johnny Carson Show. Det är det vi ska bjuda på här i Fönster mot TV-världen ikväll, och det är vi faktiskt ganska stolta över. För vi har hållit på och slitit och släpat i många år för att visa den här berömda amerikanska TV-mannen som så många har hört talas om men som så få här i Sverige har sett. Ni vet ju hur det är när de svenska TV-kanonerna åker över pölen och ska studera TV, så kommer de hem och berättar att de har bland annat tittat på Johnny Carson Show. Så nu ska vi se hur den här Johnny Carson ser ut i aktion. Det kan faktiskt vara roligt att för en gång skulle redovisa de underliga turer som ligger bakom att ett sånt här program kommer i Fönster mot TV-världen. För Johnny Carson har vi som sagt försökt med, det har alltid stupat på att det har inte funnits rättigheter klarade. De som är med har inte kommit överens om att de ska visas utanför Amerika, och det ska då transformeras, köras om till från amerikansk standard till europeisk standard. Det har varit så svårt att göra med ett enda program som vi har varit intresserade av, och det har stupat på det och mycket annat. Men så kom det sig att Johnny Carson är sportintresserad, och i somras så åkte han över till Wimbledon för att titta på Björn Borg och de andra. Och där träffade han en engelsk tv-man, Vic Gardner, som är chef för reklambolaget London Weekend, och de två pratade, och Vic tyckte att Johnnys show, den borde ju visas i Europa någon gång, och eftersom den har snart 20 år på nacken så tyckte Johnny också att det kunde kanske vara på tiden. Men han hade inte hört talas om alla de här besvärligheterna i bakgrunden. Sånt besvärar man ju inte en stjärna med, det håller sig på andra nivåer. Nåväl, 13 stycken Johnny Carson show, de gjordes i ordning för London Weekend, och jag råkade sen läsa om det där och träffa Vic Gardner i Cannes och bad honom om hjälp med att försöka få tag i en Carson-show för Sverige. Men då visade det sig att de hade kortat ner det till ett format som inte passade oss, och då fick vi kontakta USA, och märkligt nog, äntligen, då blev det klartecken på en Johnny Carson-show. Och när den kom hit, ja, då visade det sig att alla de där annonserna som finns med i en amerikansk sändning, de var också kvar på bandet. Det var inte som det brukade att det var svarta hål där de har suttit. Det är så vi brukar få hit program från reklamländer. Och då slogs vi av tanken att kanske vi för en gångs skull skulle försöka visa den svenska publiken som är med och diskuterar om reklam-tv, men som aldrig har sett hur ett reklamprogram ser ut i det tv-land där man kanske utnyttjar och har hunnit längst med reklamen, det vill säga USA. Så vi gjorde en framstöt hos kanalledningen, och kanalledningen sa okej, det är ett mediaprogram, varsågod, det är grönt. Så här är vi med Johnny Carson ikväll och ska visa hur hans program ser ut med annonser och allt. Carson själv, ja, det är ju en intressant personlighet. Jag kommer ihåg honom från min ungdomsfilmer när man gick och tittade på krigsfilmer. Han brukade vara sån här soldat på permission, stora utstående öron och så tättsittande ögon. Jag undrar om han inte sjöng ibland också, så var han med och red i vilda västern. Men det är ju fler B-skådespelare som har blivit berömda män i USA. Han har utvecklat ett mästerskap i det här med talkshow. Han är väl amerikansk mästare, och till hans egen hör att han tar sig i ansiktet på det mest charmerande sätt. Han tar på näsan och så där, och kan knäppa på öronen. Ni ska få se, det är sånt där som mästarna kan. Och han har gäster i sina program. Han brukar komma in och prata, värma upp publiken själv, och sen har han en liten show, ni får se hur den ser ut. Och så har han som sagt gäster som han intervjuar, och så gör de sina nummer. Han har hjälp av Ed McMahon, och hjälp det behöver han. Han är mycket golfintresserad, och han får mer miljoner varje år när han säger upp sitt kontrakt, och det gör han vart år. Och han har en klädbutikskedja som säljer Johnny Carson kläder i hela USA, sånt som han har på sig i television. Och så har han Doc Severinson som berömd kapellmästare. Så här kommer det, Johnny Carson Show, varsågod.
The Tonight Show, starring Johnny Carson. This is Ed McMahon, along with Doc Severinson, and the NBC Orchestra, inviting you to join Johnny and his guests, Sammy Davis Jr. and Alan King. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Johnny.
really don't know what the excitement is about. I've worn this suit before. Be honest now, didn't I see this crowd hanging around Elvis Presley's doctor? It's after 11 o'clock. Ayatollah Khomeini, do you know where your new president is? See how I'm not rushing to that? I'm just...
Nice.
Let everybody get comfortable. Speaking of the Ayatollah, he's a cranky devil, isn't he?
Yeah.
Cranky. Apparently he is ordering a new cleanup of Iran's image. He says it has a bad image overseas. And he's already commissioned a series of television commercials in which 4 Ayatollahs come out and sing, "I love Iran." And also, he's trying to get Frank Sinatra to record a new song called Tehran, Tehran. See that? Start shooting your foes. They're revolting today. All right. We've got a great show for you tonight. We have Mr. Sammy Davis and Alan King are both here tonight. And later on, a little something special, Morris the Cat's widow. Will be out here and demand that Morris's body be exhumed to prove that it's not a Russian cat. That'll be right here, so stay where you are. Thank you.
This is California wine country, where many of America's finest wines are born. The wine country isn't far from San Francisco. So naturally, San Franciscans really know their wines. And the white wine they drink most is Almaden Mountain Chablis. In fact, they buy more Almaden Mountain Chablis than Taylor, California Cellars and Inglenook Naval Chablis combined. Why? Pour yourself a glass of Almaden Mountain Chablis. You'll find out.
Kate's Catering.
Hey, notice anything odd about the strawberry tarts? No one bought strawberries.
Strawberries. Stuffed grape leaves. Any minute now. My meeting back in 1 hour. Strawberries. 30 more people tonight?
Even if you conk out, your hair won't with non-aerosol Final Net. Concentrated for all-day hold that looks soft and natural. Final Net holds up longer than you do.
Strawberries.
Thank you, Doctor. Yes, Doc from the great NBC office. I can't think of a better group to greet our first guest. The famous, though mysterious, visitor from the East. The all-knowing, all-seeing, all-telling, all-omniscient, famous seer, sage, soothsayer, and former organ transplant donor, Karnak the Magnificent.
Simsalabim.
Simsalabim. You told me once what that meant. I think I forgot. It was
Karnak's children.
Oh.
Simsalabim.
They must be getting up in years now.
I don't know. They never write.
Never read.
Kids.
I hold,
Lousy turban for Father's Day. That's all I get.
I hold in my hands.
Sim never writes. Never hear from him.
I hold in my hands the envelope.
Bim is 18. Sol's in the middle.
Solace in the middle.
Sim's the youngest. It's by a former marriage. Sim was one of the former marriage.
These envelopes, as a child of 4 can see, are hermetically sealed. They've been kept in a mayonnaise jar on Funkenwagnall's porch since noon today. No one knows the answers to these envelopes. But you, in your divine and borderline mystical way, will ascertain the answers, having never before heard the questions. Is that not about it?
It's astounding. Can we do that? Of course we can do that.
We'll do it now.
I have absolute silence, please. I will divine the answer to the question sealed in this envelope.
Hermetically sealed.
Yes, having never even glimpsed.
Glimpsed.
find the answer.
Since noon today, Funk.
The Great Wall of China.
The Great Wall of China.
What do you find stacked up in Nancy Reagan's kitchen?
I hold in my hand the last envelope.
May a weird snake charmer putty your sister's flute holes. I am desirous of a circumrelocation to my domiciliary environs for a hypersonic assignation.
And the question is...
How does William Buckley say, let's go back to my place for a quickie?
Stay tuned for more of the show. We'll be right back after these messages.
La Choy, the Chinese food that swings American, proudly presents the American Swing. More and more people are swinging American with La Choy because it's good tasting, nutritious, and light.
La Choy makes Chinese food swing American.
The weekday rush is over. It's time to think of you. You've come this far on your own. Take a rainbow home with you. A bunch of color that goes. Start your weekend aglow. You deserve it tonight. Pick up some Friday flowers. Start your weekend bright.
Thank you, Doctor. Incidentally. Okay, item from our bulletin board. Actually, we have no bulletin board, but it sounds official. Doc is going to be out, aren't you, dear?
Yes.
Dear Doc.
Dear, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
You've got a new jazz group.
Yeah, called Zebron.
Zebron, spelled Xebron. And he's going to be appearing with a new jazz group at the Riverview Supper Club in Minneapolis on Saturday. That's this Saturday. And Sunday. And Sunday, October 17th. And Sunday the 18th. Oh, wait a minute. Just one date. On Saturday, October 17th. That's one night, right?
One night.
And Sunday the 18th, he'll be at the Uptown Theater in Kansas City. The Uptown
Theater, Kansas City.
Uptown. What? There's more. There's more what? Oh, I know there are more guests. I thought you meant there were more dates. No. But you are playing...
Yeah, I got some more dates.
What are they?
Oh, there's a girl named Ramona in Minneapolis.
Let's keep moving along with this harlequinade. My first guest, you all know, so there's no sense in introducing him. Why do they always say that? Needs no introduction, then they go ahead and give him one. No, Alan made his reputation as a stand-up comic, and now he's one of the busiest hyphenates, as they say in our business. It sounds like you have something, you've caught something. Which you may have, I don't know. Hyphenate means you're not only a comic or a comedian, but you produce, you do all those things. He does all those things. He produces and comedies. And he's soon going to begin work. We begin work on his 14th film. Wow. Which is titled Author.
Very good.
Thank you, Mrs. King. Would you welcome, before he gets too old, Alan King? You look like the ambassador from Israel. I mean, that's...
Well, it looked so well during Yom Kippur that I decided to keep it, you know. No, it's for the picture with... when you work against Al Pacino, you need all the help you can get.
He's just about one of the best actors working today, isn't he?
Yeah, he's incredible. And this is really a gimmick, you know. I mean, nothing in the script said I had to wear a beard, but I do all, you know, I play so many... I play a producer, and he's my insane writer.
Yeah.
The playwright. And I just thought when you're against one of the best actors in the world...
Just a little character.
A little something. You know.
No, you know, they used, a lot of people used to like to grow beards when they did picture. They would go in and get the, you know, the phony one. But you went all the way?
Well, no, I tried, I played, you know, in the old days when I worked when I was a kid and worked in Yiddish theater, I was 15, I was playing 80-year-old men. And all of a sudden with the makeup and the perspiration and the lights, and all of a sudden you're doing a thing there and it's hanging off one side, you know, which is not very attractive.
Spirit gum would come loose or something. You know what they used to use? Like spirit gum or something you'd paint on?
I think they use a thing now called Kelly's glue. Yeah. But then you can't move your mouth. It's great to do a play all evening. Good evening, you know, how are you?
Yeah.
But my mother said to me that she saw it the other day for the first time. I was down in Florida to see my parents.
I'm going to try to take a guess what she said. I would guess she didn't like it. I don't know why I'm saying that.
No, she said, she started to cry, and I didn't know what it was about, and she said, you look just like my father.
Is that right?
My grandfather, she showed me a picture of my grandfather, who was a rabbi, had a beard like this.
That's interesting. Your mother and father are still living, of course, and your father is, what, 90?
My father's 90. My mother's 85. My grandfather died at, I think he was about 100. We didn't know, about 105 or 106. But, you know, from the old country, they never knew how old they were because they never registered the children. My mother said that she had a twin brother that was 7 years older than she was.
But that's what you call a long birth. Yeah. Well, that speaks well for you, doesn't it? The genealogy runs in the family, the old age.
Yeah, but my father's been retired for 83 years. No, I do come from a family, my father, 90, who is absolutely an incredible, my mother too. And the thing that amazed me, I just came back from visiting them, is that they're survivors, not only in longevity, you know, in age, but considering they came from the old country, you know, like cattle in the bottom of ships, that's why it was called steerage. And I looked at them, and there's problems now, you know, they're 90 and 84, and my mother keeps saying, I can't live with them anymore.
She's handed up to here.
Yeah, they just celebrated a 65th wedding anniversary. 65 so, but you know what you got to do? The humor, you know, everyone, we have a disease in this country now. We don't know how to tolerate old people. We're so youth-oriented. We'll never see the likes of them again. And my mother keeps saying, give them a job.
Your father.
Take him and give him a job. You got so many things you're doing. I looked at my father, I said, Pop, you got nothing to do in the afternoon? Why don't you get yourself a girl? I'll pay for it. You know, my mother said, I'll chip in. I think that I'm doing a book. I'm going to do a book about my parents. It's called For Those I Love, and I hope I can capture the humor of our immigrant parents or grandparents.
You should say that's the last, because they venerate in many countries old age. They don't seem to in this country. It's too youth-oriented.
And it gets tough, but look how tough it was for them raising us. It wasn't easy. And you know what happens now, of course? We become the parents, and they become the children.
Yeah, they say that's the role reversal.
And like if my father does something wrong, my mother says, I'll call Alan. What am I going to do? Take away his television privileges? My father was a giant. It still is.
But even then, you're still the little boy. Don't they ever occasionally, even though it's the roles reversed, occasionally start to give you a little advice? Because you never really outgrow that.
Well, no, at a certain point, as I said, it really does change. And I become the arbitrator.
Right.
You know.
Do they still argue a little bit?
Oh, do they argue? Well, I'll give you an example. My mother and father haven't spoken for 62 years. And we're a large family. We're 7 boys and 1 girl. And my father is the last free spirit. My father made a speech. We gave a big 65th wedding anniversary party in Florida. And my father been drinking. Now, he's not supposed to drink, you know.
Yeah, you know, don't you find that kind of foolish? The doctor says to a 90-year-old man, it's bad for your health, don't drink.
I have 3 doctors in my family, 3 brothers.
That's right, and 1 was.
And my father smokes 15 cigars a day, and a bottle of whiskey. I never saw him drunk. He gets up at 6 o'clock in the morning. He don't need no prune juice.
Right.
He don't need no bran. He goes right to the thing, a little... You know, that's how he gets his heart started every morning. You know...
And the doctor is saying don't drink.
My brother, you can't make this up. During the party, my old man was walking around, you know, grabbing everybody, all the ladies, you know, and he says, isn't it wonderful to be 90? They think it's cute. And he's giving a... And my brother says, he can't drink, he can't drink. And I said, why don't you tell him? He said, you're the only one he listens to. I'm the youngest. He says, you know why he listens to me? Because I don't tell him anything. I leave him alone. He's 90, and he may be right. And my brother says, we found sugar in his blood. I said, he's 90. What are you going to find, sweet and low in his blood? Leave him alone.
What do you want from a 90-year-old man? Let me break away. We'll be back for this trip you down memory lane with the family in a moment. Stay where you are.
One delicious bowl of Kellogg's Product 19.
Good.
Starts you with 100% of 9 vitamins and iron.
Bye, Mildred.
Vitamins that can keep you company during the day. So through rain or shine, you're never alone. No matter how things stack up, the vitamins in Product 19 can help. 100% of the way, 100% of the day.
Good night, Mildred.
Kellogg's Product 19. We're with you 100%. Sore throat? Say ah.
Septic.
The ah in Chloraseptic is for fast temporary relief of minor sore throat pain.
Septic.
Doctors and pharmacists have been recommending Chloraseptic for over 20 years. When your throat hurts, say ah.
Septic.
Liquid, lozenges, and children's Chloraseptic. Fast relief for sore throat pain.
Ah.
Hate to stop that. Do you look forward to being 90 yourself, or 105? You said your grandfather might have made it to 105.
Well, yes, I don't know, but it's if I could grow that old with the dignity that my grandfather and my father and mother had.
You still have your faculties.
Yeah, oh yes. Yeah. And again, going back to that humor, I think that's why they survived. That's why they were able to go through all of these terrible times, because my father looked at everything with humor. At the 65th anniversary, and he can't make this up, my old man was half-bombed, and he got up and made a speech. He said, everybody wants to know how Minnie and I stayed married for 65 years. He said, hate. He said, we'll never die. We wouldn't give the other one the satisfaction.
And your mother understands.
Oh, yeah. And it's that humor with anger, you know? He was operated on about a year ago, and of course at that age, you know, we didn't know.
Any operation is...
We were very, very, very worried. And I was in Cleveland. I flew down to Florida, my brothers could not perform the surgery. You know, you can't operate on your own.
I understand that, yeah.
And everybody was masked, and they were, you know, I said, go in there. The surgeon, one of the world's foremost urologists, went in, came down from New York to operate on my father, and he told the story to us. He said, he was all prepped, my father was sedated, and the doctor, who had operated on world leaders, said I'd go in to see if Mr. Nyberg was just comfortable. And he said, I walked in, looked in, and he looked up and he said, hey, butcher.
Hey, butcher.
He said, do a good job or you'll be in my son's act.
Threatening him already.
You know?
Threatening him already. Didn't you say something about when he had to wear a hearing aid?
Oh.
Was that your father, grandfather?
Yeah, my father, that seems to be the only problem he has. He can't hear.
Yeah.
And
that's a visible thing if you have to wear it.
And if my father's a vain man, you know, and he likes to wear the red sport coats, you know, and the white shoes in Florida. But the hearing...
90 years old, a red sport coat.
Oh, yes. It looks like Fred Waring's drummer, you know. And Polly McClintock. And my mother keeps saying, he don't hear. Well, what do you want from us? And we've had every hearing. My brother Lou was lecturing in Japan. He came back with a hearing aid that wasn't even on the market yet. My brother said, I got a hearing aid. He said, the old man will be able to hear leaves falling. And we got it home. We put it in his ear. Nothing. My mother screams. He keeps smiling. That's it, you know. One night, my mother wasn't feeling well, and she went to bed early. We came from dinner, and I was at the bar. You know, my father, whatever it is, he don't know from Harvey Wallbangers and martinis and things. No, whatever it is, I don't mind if I do. That's it, knocks it down, you know. So I'm tending bar. Yeah, you're my old man. Oh,
I don't mind if I do.
Don't mind if I do. That's what he says. That's it. Anything. Kerosene, whatever.
Don't mind if I do.
Don't mind if I do. I said, Pop, what are you gonna have? He said, what the hell are you screaming about? And then I realized, the minute my mother went to bed, he could hear.
Mm-hmm.
He's been turning the machine off.
I know people like that. If you don't want to hear a conversation or be involved, you just turn it down and then just look at him and go, what? Right. And then you give up after a while.
And I did get a bit angry, and I said, Pop, how could you do that to Mom? He said, I heard what she had to say 65 years ago.
Well, they could go for another good number of years that way.
I think they can. And again, I just think that these people should be adored, cherished.
Well, you should utilize some of their talents also. There are a lot of people, you know, there's mandatory in certain occupations of 65 is crazy in this country. That's really nuts.
That's obscene.
Yeah.
You know, they have their faculties, they're well, and they have something that young people don't have, and that's experience. Like, you know, just because you get to be old. I remember...
Doesn't necessarily make you wise either.
You know, my father said, this I have all these things written down. My father came out of surgery, and my mother ran out of the intensive care room. She was crying. I thought something, you know, there was something... she said, he's cursing my brother Nat. So I walked in. She said, what does he curse? My brother Nat's been dead for 40 years. What does he want from that? So I said, what do you want from that? My father said, dead don't make you better.
You're bad, you're bad. Let me do this. You know, somebody once said, you know, that's not a bad observation, because somebody once said, some teacher was applying for a position once and said, you know, I've got 20 years experience. And somebody said, no, you've got 1 year's experience 20 times. And there's something to be said for that. You've just repeated the same thing for 20 years. And with that little bit of philosophy, we'll take a break and we'll be right back. Be back here to the Philosophy Corner in just a moment.
In the beginning, there was only one Rubbermaid roughneck refuse container made to bounce back from this tough test. Then came the 20-gallon roughneck and the 30-gallon roughneck. Now there's this roughneck tub and roughneck bucket. We put them through the same grueling demonstration, which is something you'll never do, because we wanted to prove you don't have to be big to be a roughneck, just tough.
A Bun Brand cake mix is a fresh way to show you care.
Instead of flowers, more than a kiss, replace of a hug for someone you miss.
Only a Bun cake has its own luscious filling that bakes right inside. It says more than words ever could.
Instead of a call, take someone a Bun cake. For no reason at all, the freshest ideas are baking at Pillsbury.
Okay, Sammy's here tonight. Mr. Entertainment, extraordinary performer. Sammy opens October the 29th with Count Basie at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas, and then he'll be at Harrah's in Lake Tahoe for 2 weeks starting November the 6th. Extraordinary performer, Mr. Sammy Davis, Jr.
Whether I'm right or whether I'm wrong, whether I find a place in this world or never belong, I gotta be me. I gotta be me. What else can I be but what I am? I just want to live, not merely survive. And I can't give up the dream of life that keeps me alive. I gotta be me, I gotta be me. The dream that I see makes me what I am. That faraway price the world of success. It's waiting for me if I'll heed the call. I won't settle down or settle for less. As long as there's a chance I can have it all, I'll go it alone. If that's how it must be, I can't be right for somebody else. If I'm not right for me, I gotta be free. I gotta be free. Daring to try to do it or die. I gotta be me. I'll go it alone. If that's how it must be, I can't be right if I'm not right for me. I gotta be free, and I'm gonna be free. Daring to try to do it or die. I gotta be me.
Hello, Sam. Spiffy.
Thank you.
Oh, you're looking spiffy tonight.
Thank you.
Really got the A-class stuff on, huh?
Yeah, put it all on tonight.
Is this true what I hear? You're going to Atlanta
Yes.
to get an honorary doctorate degree?
Yes, I am.
When does this take? That's sensational.
It takes place tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes. I leave on the red-eye tonight. Nothing personal, of course.
Yes, of course.
I leave tonight after doing the show with you, and I catch the red-eye going back to Atlanta, and the university has been very, very kind enough to lay one on me, and I'm very, very
Is this a
grateful.
cap and gown affair where you
Yes,
put
it is.
all the...
Put all the full regalia on.
Yeah.
At 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Well, that's great.
You
never went to college, did you?
College? I ain't never been to school.
Well, I knew that. That's why I asked that.
Oh, I thought you had been misled by me of about 10 years ago when I used to talk like this. Hello,
Yes,
it's marvelous.
Hello.
Absolutely super.
Well, you went and played in England and came back and sounded like Douglas Fairbanks
That's
for about,
right.
about a year there. It was, how are you? Good to see you.
It was longer than a year too, and I didn't change until about 8 years ago when some brothers on the corner said to me, "None of us talk the way you talking now." Let's straighten that out. No.
That was one of those. You went through a lot of phases in your life, Sam.
Yeah,
that was the English accent phase.
Yes, that was the English accent phase.
What grade did you go through? You were mostly self-taught, right?
Well, babe,
you picked
to
it up.
be
You were working when you were a
absolutely-
kid.
I was working as a kid, and I got to tell you, I never had one day of schooling, any formal education of any kind. And everything I learned, I really learned, as we used to say in the neighborhood, mother wit.
Yeah.
That's what my grandmother used to say. And we were not poor, but I didn't have a nanny either, you know. But but we lived well, but I never got a chance because we were in show business. My family, my dad, my mother, and my uncle, Will Maston, we were in show business, and it wasn't that important, I guess, at the time.
Sure.
It was only in later years that I decided that it's about time, when I was about 15, that I learned to read and write, you know.
True, that late?
It was really that late, and thanks to a man that I met in the Army. He turned me on to reading things, because I was reading comic books, but I had never gone through what most kids take for granted today, you know.
Yeah.
But so subsequently, getting a doctorate it's kind of strange but wonderful feeling.
Yeah. Speaking of when you were young, we got a clip. Now, this is about, I think you were about 4 and a half.
Yeah,
What's this from, do you know? Of course you know.
Yes, it's Ethel Waters, the late, great Miss Ethel Waters. I played her son in a picture called Rufus Jones for President.
And this is Sammy when he's 4 and a half years of age.
Oh,
watch
wonderful.
this. This is before reading and writing,
Yes,
right?
before reading and writing.
more time. I'll tell you something. If I could dance like that when I was 4 and a half, I wouldn't care if I could read either. Obviously, that was Gary Coleman. Now the film clip with Sammy. How do you feel? What's your reaction when you see that from that many years ago? Do you remember it at all?
Yes, I do.
4 and a half, you know, it's very young.
I do remember that because my dad was in front of me.
Right.
In back of the camera or alongside the camera doing the steps. That's who I was looking at all the time.
Right.
You know, and he's going.
To get everything synced.
You know, so I could, and that was, there was no, you didn't put it on tape or a disc. That was done live at the studio, you know. So you had to sing live, and the band was on another side of the soundstage playing, you know. But when I look at it, I think of how long I've been in the business, that it's 52 years now.
And you're only 55 or 56. Yeah.
Thank you.
What'd you do?
And I look at that thing, and I just think to myself, you know, at 4 and a half, thank God I can wear that same suit today.
That's right. You haven't spent a nickel on clothes. One advantage. We'll take a short break. We're coming right back. Stay where you are. Yeah!
Why have a dud spud
when you can have a grate of potato?
Pour on the Heinz gravy.
Put a lake in your bake.
Give a rise to your fries. Pour on the Heinz.
Add some flash to your mash.
Some royal to your boil. Pour on the Heinz.
Gravy so smooth, so creamy, so delicious, you'd think it was made from your roast.
So who needs a dud spud?
When you can have a grate of potato.
Pour on the Heinz home-style gravy anytime.
Before you're sure what you're getting, cold, sinus, allergy, you're sure what you've got. Nasal congestion. Sneezing. Headache. Runny nose. Now, against what you've got, Vicks makes headway. Fact is, for all these head miseries due to cold, sinus, or allergy, you can't buy better relief than new Headway, tablets or capsules.
Vicks, I'm glad you're making headway.
You got something else planned with the guys over there?
Oh, yeah.
You'd like to do for us?
Yes, I would.
Hey,
Can
it's
I
all
go?
yours. It's all yours. Take charge.
This is George Rhodes, my conductor and arranger. And my friend. 27 years we've been together. I think John mentioned the fact that we're going to be in Vegas with Count Basie at Caesar's Palace. This is for the Count, wherever you are, my man. April in Paris, chestnuts in blossom, holiday tables under the trees. April in Paris, this is a feeling no one can ever reprise. I
never knew the charm of spring, never met it face to face. I never knew my heart could sing, never felt a warm embrace till April in Paris. Whom can I run to? Look what you've done to my heart. Sweet I'll remember. I will always remember. You can have December, but as far as I know, it's April in Paris, April in Paris, April in
One more time. One more time.
One more time. I'll remember. I will always remember. Come on, everybody. You can keep December, but as far as I know, it's April in Paris, April in Paris, April in Doctor. Thank you, George.
Thank you, George. Thank you, fellas. Wow, 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 wow. The Count would like that. Bill would like that. We'll be back.
This is one of nature's most perfect foods. Nothing has been added to it. No sugar, no chemical additives, no preservatives. The flavor and nutrition that grew in it naturally are still there for you to eat and enjoy. It has fiber, low sodium, and no cholesterol. It's a natural whole grain, higher in protein than any other grain, and it costs about 5 cents a serving. It's Quaker Oats, one of nature's most perfect foods.
To help you buy a new car, Chrysler is holding 81 sticker prices on its Omni and Horizon Misers and Customs, its Aries and Reliant K 2- and 4-door base models. 82 cars at 81 prices. And now at participating dealers, Chrysler's savings certificates save you $300 to $1,000 on most other new 81 and 82 cars and trucks, depending on model. For 82 cars at 81 prices, or savings certificates worth $300 to $1,000, come to Chrysler.
We're back. After your little sojourn to Atlanta tomorrow, do we have to call you doctor when we see you? How does that work? I mean, it's an honorary doctor, and that's a title you have now. Would be Dr. Davis?
And I hate to bring this up, but I'm a Knight of Malta, so that would be Sir Doctor.
Sir Doctor?
Sammy, please.
Yes.
I got such pains, doctor. When you eat, what do you eat?
Well, that's great. I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
Have a nice trip down there, and then you'll be at Caesar's Palace with Count Basie starting, I had it right here.
29th.
The 29th of October, and then you're going to be up at Harris for 2 weeks. What a sensation. When's the movie come out? Arthur, are you
we just start shooting next week with Pacino and Diane Cannon and Tuesday Weld, and directed by Arthur Hiller, and I can't wait.
Yeah, sounds great. I hope it's a big success.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you both for being here tonight. Sensational.
Thank you.
Tomorrow night we have Bruce Dern, Andrea Martin, and the mighty Carson Art Players with a visit from Dr. Carl Sagan. Billions of years. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.
Ja, nu vet ni hur de fungerar, både Johnny och annonserna. Det här programmet, Johnny Carson Show, det går 5 kvällar i veckan, sen kvällstid hos NBC. Det är klockan 11 till 12 i regel. Och som jag sa, Johnny är inte med alla kvällar. Han är faktiskt mycket golfintresserad och har blivit känd som mannen som införde 1,5 dags arbetsveckan i USA. Nu ska vi tillbaka till gamla världen nästa lördag. Då håller vi till i den gamla Donaumonarkin, närmare bestämt i Budapest i Ungern. Och där ska vi titta på Ungerns TV och då kommer det bland annat att se ut på det här sättet.
Az asszony, ha senki sem ér, de rajongok a női nem ér, mert az égen a földön a fő, csak a nő, 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 nő. Barna szőke, vörös hajú nő, tüzes asszony, lány, epedő, vakmerő, reszkető, pityergő, nevető, egyformán a nyakunkra nő. Zaj, ne üss, kicsi lány, édes üss, amit én szavalom.